Hello. This is my review on Toy Story. The first Toy Story movie. Toy Story 1. I give Toy Story, titled Toy Story, a 10 out of 10 for being a damn good story. A well-constructed story. I like these characters in the movie. Even Buzz. I like Buzz and Woody. I thought the Buzz and Woody were awesome in this movie. I mean, especially Buzz and Woody. And I give, not just review the first one, but I'm going to review all 4 Toy Story movies in one video. Starting with the first one now. Why I give this a 10 out of 10 is because the voice acting I thought was pretty good, and the jokes were funny. Yeah, it's good jokes, like a document, like I thought it was pretty funny, like, when you saw Buzz's hand, you saw Buzz like toss Woody's hand, and when the other toys, like, saw, like, Woody's cat holding Buzz's arm, they thought he cannibalized, they thought he was a cannibal of killing Buzz. It looked like it was like more like it was like Campbell. It's a joke. I thought that was a funny way of finding an adult joke, and sick. I like that joke from Toy Stories 1 when they got kidnapped by Sid, Buzz and Woody in this movie. And I like Woody comes out with the plan to traumatize and scar a kid for life. To save his friend. His idea is just to traumatize a child and make sure he'll never see the light or see things the same way again. In life. I almost feel bad for Sid, actually. The kid. I kind of do, because when you think about it, I actually feel bad for the kid, because the kid, and when you think about it, the kid probably doesn't even know these things are alive. Nobody knows that these things are alive, these toys, so the kid was just trying to have fun, so, because he's, like, made like that, but, although it was kind of mean that he decided to take his then I realized although it was kind of mean that I thought when she like took his sister's doll and just operated and removed the head and replaced with pterodactyl head, I thought it was kind of mean. So I don't feel that bad for the kid. A little, but not that too bad. In the movie Toy Story 1. Now I'm going to review Toy Story. I think I give Toy Story, I'm going to review Toy Story 3. Now the reason why I'm going to review Toy Story 3, I think this is the weakest out of the bunch. This is my least favorite Toy Story movie. I give this an 8 out of 10. The story is is well constructed, I guess, but I didn't like the jokes weren't the best written well into the plot. And also the story I thought could have been better. And it kind of bugged me that Buzz got good. I just didn't like. I didn't feel like I don't know why, but I think they could have done more with Buzz than what they end up doing with Buzz. I don't know. I just think they could have done more with Buzz like they did with Woody. You know, with real character, with our Buzz, before he gets reprogrammed and rewired in Spanish position. And he becomes Spanish Buzz. I kid you not, that's what happens. After he gets reprogrammed. And because his memory gets wiped again. And then they fixed that. They fixed that Buzz. They fixed that Buzz. They fixed his memory eventually later in the film. With this Buzz, I just didn't. I found Buzz, Spanish Buzz. I felt he kind of dragged the plot on, even though he was fun and all of a character. He kind of dragged the plot on a bit and overstayed his welcome a bit for me. When he was for Toy Story 3 installment. And he's a big reason why I think this is the weaker Toy Story movie out of the bunch. 4 that I've seen. That exists now. So that's why I give Toy Story 3 8 out of 10. Now I'm going to review Toy Story 2. And I give that Toy Story 2 a 10 out of 10. I thought Buzz was much well written in this plot of the movie and wasn't wasted. And none of the characters were wasted, unlike Toy Story 3, where I felt some of the majority of the characters feel low wasted, including Buzz, making it the weakest bunch out of the Toy Story original trilogy. Toy Story 3, well, I give it an 8 out of 10. But this, I gave it a 10 out of 10. Because none of the characters felt wasted to me, you know? And again, I like the villain in this movie. The villain's actually a toy, and they gave this villain some reason why he just hates playtime, and because he wants to be on. He just wants to. So he actually he's the villain of the film, and I guess they give him depth, but also he's also very intimidating, I thought, and to the other characters of the film. And there's like 3 villains main villains in this film, I think. If I remember correctly, Zurg also, besides another Buzz copy that's also a toy in this universe. And then there's a human cow that's also a bad guy that just wants to sell Woody. That's why he kidnaps Woody and steals Woody, basically, from Andy's mom during a yard sale. Somehow Woody got into a yard sale because he was trying to save this the toy that accidentally got put into the yard sale. That's his friend. So he basically got himself into the yard sale by trying to save him the toy. So basically, that happened. This is where that's how he got. So that's how he ran into this other guy that's a young character that'll sell Woody for money, make money off of him. And I liked all the voice acting and the characters in this movie. Never got felt wasted, even the new characters, including the new characters besides the old characters. I felt like the first sequel that I reviewed, Toy Story 3, in this video, had that problem. It couldn't balance the old characters and the new characters that it introduced for Toy Story 3 and went west. It had trouble balancing that the whole time, I felt like, you know? So that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10, again, the worst Toy Story film, also. There's a reason why I don't really like that one compared to Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 1. Even Toy Story 4. Now I'm going to review Toy Story 4. I reviewed Toy Story 4. I reviewed Toy Story 2 now. Now I give that a 10 out of 10. I give Toy Story 4 a 10 out of 10. My favorite Toy Story sequel is Toy Story 4, and so far, out of the Toy Story franchise. I give Toy Story 4 a 10 out of 10. I like the fact we got to see what happened to Bo Peep. And it was kind of hinted out that Woody would miss Bo Peep and was kind of hurt by missing her. But we didn't know what happened. But here we get some closure for Toy Story 2. Toy Story 4, that's where Toy Story 4 comes in. It opens up, we get some closure what happened with Bo Peep, why she wasn't in Toy Story 3, and what happened to her, and why she's in this one. And returns for this one. Now she's a lost toy. Now, at this point in her life. Was in the plot of Toy Story 4. So, after we reunites with reunites with Bo Peep, he by then decides he wants to be with Bo Peep. And his friend Buzz said it's going to be okay. Bonnie's going to be okay. Going to be okay. You don't have to worry about Bonnie. She's going to be okay with that, yeah. So, Bonnie is the owner of the toys now. So, he got to be with his girl at the end. And loved to be with Bo Peep. And be alive with her. And I like how Buzz says to his friends he's not lost anymore. I like how he'll deliver that line. That was sweet. Nice moment, I thought. I thought it was a nice way to end that movie. How him running off with Bo Peep, Woody and Bo Peep running off to get his lost toys, and Buddy and Buzz staying behind with the rest of the toys with Bonnie. And him saying goodbye to his friend. So I really like this movie a lot. I like how this one didn't shows I like how this one didn't really introduce any new characters for a whole lot of new characters, except for a few. And for those few, did a good job fleshing out those characters. So if folks really want characters we already known before, Toy Story 4, and I really appreciate that. And I think because it wasn't trying to do too much as Toy Story 3 was trying to juggle. I appreciated it more, and therefore I liked it more than Toy Story 3, because it wasn't trying to juggle as much plot elements and characters, and flush so many out and trying to juggle so many things at once in one movie. Good ideas, but ideas, that's how this kid has so much you can do in the movie. Run time and make sense of so much, it's just, and the fact that, like, I felt like this Toy Story 4 didn't feel like it had this much to juggle, had more narrative plot and more small narrative plot than the previous sequels, is why I think like this was my favorite sequel, because it had the more narrative plot than since the first one. I just like, and because of that, I felt more real, like, I felt it was more personal to these characters of the story, of these, around, within the world of Toy Story. Therefore, I felt like I felt like more sad when the movie had to end, versus the third installment, and the other installments besides this one for Toy Story 4. And that's why I give Toy Story 4 a 10 out of 10. Goodbye, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button in that order to get subscribed from me. Do both in that order. Hit the subscribe, then hit the bell in that order if you want to subscribe to me. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, please. Hit the thumbs up button, please. Goodbye.